Hi, it's Kim Marie, and I want to talk today about letting that shit go. What does it mean? Yesterday, I talked about creating dream boards and focusing on what we want to bring into our lives. But dream boards, and a lot of people may already have the pessimistic mindset of, it's like a glorified wish list. Um, and that's okay. Think what you need to. But this is how it works. There is always a trade. There's always a trade-off because in order to bring something in, we have to make room for it. Just like when we let things go, there's a void, so we have to fill it with something. That's how energy works. Energy just transforms to something different. So we have a certain amount of energy, and we have to decide where we are going to invest that energy. And I've talked about it many times in many different ways. But today I'm going to talk about making the opening, making that void, and then filling that void, being conscious of what we're doing. So some of the dream boards that I made 6 of them for 2023, but these are all the things that I want to either amplify more, bring more of, or things that I want to bring into my life. So some of them are trips and the way I want my relationships to be, the way I want to show up. And in order to do that, there are things that we need to let go of, right? Because we want to bring all these things in. I have 6 pages of things I want to bring in. What am I willing to trade for that? So it's really fine tuning. I've done a lot of work on myself, and I know you probably have too. So it's like, well, how much more do we have to do? Well, it doesn't have to be that way, right? Because the good news about letting things go or about attracting and up leveling is that this energy is lighter and more fun. So it's the heavy stuff that we're letting go, and we don't even realize that those are the things that are draining us and exhausting and make us feel bad anyway. So it's getting conscious of what those things are, putting yourself into situations that you're expecting a different outcome and setting yourself up to be disappointed each time. That's a big one, especially when it comes to certain family and friends. We put ourselves in situations that are draining and painful and really damaging. And so it's okay to step back. It's hard, and it's actually heartbreaking sometimes to step back. But what we need to do in those situations, we may not walk away from those relationships permanently, but stepping back sometimes and recalibrating is so powerful to do, and necessary. It's necessary because without your spirit being strong, you're not going to be effective anyway. Right? You're not going to be the best version of yourself. So it's tapping in and being okay with that. And with giving things up like that, it can cause some grief in you. It's funny because I'm not sad, but I just did an hour-long meditation, and I do a lot of deep work in my meditations, a lot of breathing and really just bringing flow energy in. And interesting today, and I have been doing a lot of opening, there's a lot of tears that are coming out. So a huge amount of tears came out during my meditation, and I'm not sad, but I know I'm up leveling. I know I'm being called to be out there in a lot bigger way, and it's showing up. I'm getting these bigger opportunities. I'm getting a lot more trust to be put in bigger audiences where I can go deep. And so there's a level of fear maybe that I'm not even aware of, but there was a pocket of tears that were I don't know if you got that. There's something wrong with the video just now, but that pocket of tears it was like an opening. I mean, I had a huge breakthrough opening happen. So letting go of things like complaining, right? If we're complaining, instead of focusing on what we don't have, start to imagine, start to even if you can't see how, start to picture what you do want. As soon as you go to complain, catch it like a fly, swat it down, and just start dreaming, start imagining. Or if you can't dream and imagine because it feels so far out of your reach, focus on the things that you have that you love already, that you once did not have and didn't know how you're going to get, and now you have them, right? And it could be as simple as having your own apartment. Just focus on those things, because that's going to get you in that manifesting energy. The next thing to let go of that I feel is judgment, right? Judgment on yourself, judgment on what you think other people are saying about you. Like for me, I do a lot of stuff that's talking about energy and talking about metaphysical principles and talking about spirituality, all this stuff that a lot of people don't want to talk about and want to run and hide from. So I've felt judged through the years, and maybe people put me on a pedestal like, oh, well, she thinks she's better, or I don't want to share because, but I've told myself a story. I've had self-judgment. So letting go of self-judgment, also judging others. We never know why someone acts or does the things they do. I am so blessed to have the opportunity for people to share their deepest, and I think that's one of the reasons it brought me to tears in the meditation. People share stuff with me that really allow me to know them, that the things that other people don't know, and it's heartbreaking and heart-opening. We don't know what another person is struggling with. When they come across as harsh and abrasive and passionate and angry, we don't know what's driving that. We really don't know what's underneath. So letting go of judgment is huge. That will give us so much space for all the things we want. And then let's talk last about arguing, right? So, actually, I do want to talk about two things. Well, they go together, actually. Arguing and separation. You're right, they're wrong. You feel this way and you want to, and you want to hold on to that position. So in other words, the other person or the other group of people are crazy, wrong, you don't identify with them, whatever it is, right? And as long as we feel that separation, and as long as we want to argue our point, I'm not saying to shift your beliefs or your how you live your life, but when we're in that argument, whether it's in our head and we feel that separation, we feel like we're on this side and they're on that side. The results of that every time are we feel more alone and we feel misunderstood, because we're cutting off our own life force, because we are all one and we are all connected. Whether you want to believe that or not, you know what? You don't have to go love these people. You don't have to like them, and you don't have to be their friend. But we are all one. We are. And we siphon our own life force when we decide to separate in our body, in our mind, in our spirit, in our soul. Again, I'm not telling you to be friends with everybody, because it's just not the way it is, right? There's polarity in this world. But what we can do is, rather than send our power by arguing, by having disdain, by having anger, by wanting to take them down, that takes us down, okay? Because it's your energy. It's your energy. Send them love and send them peace. You can surround them in love and peace and send them off. Send them off. You don't have to have them in your life, but have love, have peace, have harmony within you, because that's what you want. That's how you want to fill your void. So it's letting go of the need to be right, letting go of the need to argue, letting go of the need to complain, letting go of the need to feel separate, to fight a fight, and get back into your love, peace, harmony, and freedom. That's my message for today. It brought me to tears, but let that shit go, okay? Have a great day. Mwah.